Alright, what is up guys? JaretCampisi back in the gym. Today is going to be the last day as part of my little mini series that I'm doing on the single body part a week split. Today is Friday and it's arm day and it's going to be a good one. Stick around. Gotta know that nothing lasts forever. So when it comes to arm training, let me first off and tell you a little bit about my experience. About 2 years ago when I started training for bodybuilding, I was a track and field athlete, well, it's my background. My arms were about 13 inches, maybe just under. Now I'm sitting at 16, so looking good and looking solid. When it comes to arm training, guys, it's really important how you do the movements. So I see a lot of people throwing weight around, only training their biceps and stuff like that. It's all about controlled, focused movements, actually using the really small muscle groups. You don't need a lot of weight, you just have to do it correctly. Second thing is, when it comes to your bicep and tricep, you have to understand, guys, when you're trying to build bigger arms, triceps are 3/4 of your arm. So if you look at my arm right here, actually I'll show you this one. You can see the bulk of the arm is the tricep. That's 3/4 of your arm, okay? So a lot of people I see doing bicep curls all day long. Yeah, the bicep looks cool, like that's a cool muscle, but if your bicep overpowers your tricep, your arms are gonna look stupid. So when it comes to like these workouts, that's why I have them set up the way that they are, because it's all about symmetry. That's what makes your body look cool. If you just have huge arms and no chest, no legs, you just look stupid, okay? So that's why this workout's all about training your body entirely, getting that nice, like aesthetic, pleasing look, okay? That's what it's all about. So let's get in there, let's smash these arms. Oh, one other thing. When it comes to biceps, and you hear people talking about peaking exercises and 5 best peaking exercises and all that kind of stuff, yeah, you can train your bicep peaks, I guess, but you can't change the shape of your bicep. So you know how Arnold has that beautiful peak on his bicep? Because biceps there's 2 muscles there, okay? I don't have that peak, right? So no matter how many peaking exercises I do, I can't change the shape of my bicep. And actually all your muscles are the exact same way. You can make them bigger, but you can't change the shape. Your muscle insertion, where it inserts into my arm and how it's set up, you can't change that. You can just make it bigger, okay? You can work on the peak and maybe make your peak a little bit bigger, but you're not gonna change, you're not gonna get that split down the center. That's genetic and it's based on your genetic code. So don't like get all thrown off about like upper chest workouts and peaking bicep exercises and teardrop leg. Yeah, you can focus on those muscle groups, but you can't change the shapes of them. So you have to do with what you have, okay? So it's all about just hitting those compound movements, building your muscles bigger, making your symmetry look good, and that's what's gonna make your physique look awesome. So without further ado, let's get into this one. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and commentary over top of this so you guys understand why I was doing what I was doing. So even though it's arm day, I like to start off with pull-ups superset with dips. On these pull-ups, make sure you're really focusing on pulling with your bicep. Don't try to get your back too much involved, but you will get like a full body pump. And I use various grips. I'll go wide grip, close grip, and like I said, see how I'm really trying to focus on pulling with my bicep. And then I head straight over to the dips with no rest, and I do just as many as I can, so it's 3 sets to failure. So this is going to help not only get your muscles warmed up, but it's going to get you a big, juicy, fat pump to start the workout, and it's a compound movement. It's going to help to add mass. Moving on to standing barbell curl, I like to use an easy bar. It takes a little bit of tension off my wrists and allows me to focus a little bit more on my bicep. I'll alternate my grip. Sometimes I'll go wide, sometimes I'll go in close, but my personal favorite is the wide grip. Things to note: keeping your elbows straight at your side, controlling the movement on the way up and on the way down. So that's very important. Don't start throwing the weight around. These are small muscle groups. From here, I like to go to the tricep push down, one of my favorite tricep movements. You can see the big juicy shreds in there. That's a product of your body fat percentage. That has nothing to do with what exercise you're doing. So I like to do overhand push downs and then underhand. This is reverse grip, which would be technically a pull down, but this helps, I think, target a little bit more of the outer head, and it's just a good variation to add in there. Since your tricep has 3 heads, you want to make sure you're hitting all 3 of those heads in your workout, and that's what I've set up this program to do. From here, I like to go to these hammer curls. This is an exercise to help add thickness to your arms because you can use more weight on this one than you can on other types of curls. but just make sure you're keeping your elbows in the same position and really flexing your bicep and contracting your bicep to bring that forward, controlling it on the way down, and then squeezing it on the way up. So you can see it's just an absolute, one of my favorite curling exercises. And like I said, I'm bringing that across my body instead of out in front like you'll see other traditional hammer curls. I've never really seen anyone do that, so maybe we'll call that a Campisi curl. And you can see the juicy pump I've got going already. Here is a French press, one of my all-time favorite tricep exercises. It's amazing for building mass on all 3 heads of the tricep. Make sure that you start out light with this and make sure your elbows can handle it. Some people have elbow pain when they try to do these, so just make sure you're warmed up enough. As long as you have blood pumping into that tricep, it should be fine. I didn't know she was recording here. I was doing some of my offbeat dancing. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of that. Alternating bicep curl, one of my favorite bicep movements. The thing about this is, one, keep your elbows in the same position. You're going to hear me talk about that over and over and over again. Pull up with your bicep and kind of rotate your pinky out towards your bicep as well. They're an amazing exercise. And then I was supersetting these with the close grip push-ups. I wasn't going all the way out to lockout. I was keeping that tension on my tricep, and it just felt absolutely amazing. So give this workout a shot. Stay tuned for the rest of the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. So there you go, guys. That concludes my arm workout, and this concludes my little mini series that I was doing here for YouTube on the single body part a day split. One of my favorite splits. Definitely give it a shot. The first link in the description below will be a link to where you can go pick up the plan for yourself, follow through the whole thing, and try it out. So my arms are feeling juicy. It's funny because arms are one of the few body parts that when I actually get a pump, I don't like how it looks because it kind of flattens everything out and just kind of takes away from the definition. But yeah, some of my favorite arm exercises to help really give you some size on those arms, where you're busting the sleeves open and drive the chicks crazy, right, teens? Mm-mm. She's just dripping wet right now. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Leave us your comments, your questions below. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends if you thought this was helpful. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. I love you all. Stay jacked, my friends.